Hi there. This is going to be a walkthrough for question 4. I think it's 4 on Prairie Learn 3, the third real question on spring 21 midterm 2 for CS 61B. It's the Git multiple choice question. So part A says that Sklurp, the space horse, was stuck on project 1. And they decided to start over from the skeleton code. So they deleted the project 1 directory in their repo, but then they didn't know what to do. So the question asks, after deleting the project 1 directory, what command should Sklurp enter next to restore the working directory so that it contains the skeleton code for project 1? And you're assuming that the current working directory is Sklurp's student repo. So I'll just pull up a terminal window and we can actually just try this out. Let's zoom in so that you can see a little bit better. Okay, so if I go to my repo, cool, so I have a repo here. And if I look into it right now, I have project 1. And so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and delete project 1. That's what this command does. And so if you look again, I no longer have project 1 in my student repo. And this is the state that Sklurp is in. And so we want to get only the skeleton code for project 1 back. And so we can even just try these commands out. So let's do git pull skeleton master, see if that does anything. And it says already up to date. And if I look, then my project 1 is not back because since we've deleted project 1, trying to pull from the skeleton, it's not going to pull in a new copy of the skeleton code since we've deleted the file. Other options, it says you could do git add star. Okay, we added everything in git commit -m starting over. Okay, and it definitely did not like that. And if we go ahead and look, that does not bring our project 1 back either. Basically, adding and committing the deleted files isn't going to get the files back. Other options that won't work are git pull skeleton origin. That just doesn't even make sense. Cool, yeah, it can't find it. Git push. This wouldn't really make sense because by pushing our code to GitHub, we won't be able to get the skeleton code back. Also git push origin master does the same thing as git push. So if we look, we still don't have project 1 back. So now by process of elimination, this must be the correct answer. This is the command that we taught you in class to do if you do want to restore one of your files to the skeleton code. And so it basically says, okay, check out this file to whatever it looked like when we pulled it from the skeleton. So whatever it looks like in the skeleton, project 1 is going to be reverted to. And so if I do that and look, then I have project 1 back. And if I look inside proj 1, it is the skeleton code untouched. So that is the correct answer for part A. For part B, the question says that later in the semester, Sklurp tries to start back over on lab 8, execute some git commands that they don't really remember, and they run git status, and git is telling Sklurp that they're in a detached head state. So we can actually go ahead and get into a detached head state so we can try it out in terminal. But we can actually answer this question while we're doing that. Remember, a detached head state is basically when we've checked out a commit that isn't at the end of a branch, that isn't being pointed to by a branch. And so in your kind of like, you can think of commits as nodes, right? And we have this head pointer that's pointing to some node, and these branch pointers that are also pointing to nodes. And so we're in a detached head state when our head pointer isn't pointing to a commit that is pointed to by a branch pointer. And so that's going to be this answer. In order to do this, what we can do is, if you see here in git log, this is where our head pointer is pointing to this commit. This is also where our master branch pointer is pointing to. And so if we go ahead and check out one of these commits that isn't pointed to by a branch, we get this message that says we are now in detached head state. And so, yeah, if you type git status, it says head detached. And this is because we have checked out a commit that is not pointed to by a branch. And finally, part C says what command below might possibly work to get out of this state. And we're just using this sum hash as like a stand-in for any hash value, like the one that I just checked out. And so we can also just kind of go through and try these commands again. Let's first start with this guy. And if you see, we say, okay, switch to branch master. We're going to check out the master branch. And if we do git status, then our detached head state is gone. And we're happy. So that's going to be the answer. But let's talk about why the other ones won't work. So if I go back to detached head state, that's not going to work. If I get back into detached head state, we can try some of these other commands and see that they won't work. Okay, so if we look again, we're back in detached head state. And let's see why these commands won't work. Adding files and making a commit in detached head state isn't going to get us out of detached head state. I can try that, git add, and then git commit, starting over. Okay, so it did stuff, but we're not out of this detached head state. We made a commit, but we're not out of detached head state. If we try to pull from the skeleton, that will not get us out of head state. Awesome. Check our status, still in detached head state. If we check out the current working directory from some hash, let's try that. So if we do this, and this period, right, we're like specifying the file we want to check out, and that says we're going to check out the entire current working directory. Great, so it actually updates paths. We actually successfully checked out files from that commit. But if I look at status, I'm still in detached head state. And finally, git pull origin master, just trying to pull your repo from GitHub. Cool, I can still make changes, right? As we just saw, but if I do status, I'm still in detached head state. And so the only way to get out of this state is to check out the tip of a branch, or sorry, check out the commit that some branch is pointing to. And so when we do git check out master, that's what happens. And so now if I do status, I have all these changes, but I'm no longer in this detached head state. So yeah, this is the answer to A, this is the answer to B, and this is the answer to C. Thanks for watching the video, and have a good rest of your day.